Hello friends, in today's class we are going to see example 3 for creation of LR1 collection as well as the table. Welcome again, and this is the third example I am discussing for this CLR. Okay, CLR or LR1 parsing table. So I'll complete this problem and recall this problem. This problem we have discussed, and this problem was not SLR, and the reason it was not SLR is because it contained a reduce conflict. Okay, so it was having some conflicting situation, and that was a reduce conflict. Okay, now I'll do this thing again, and I'll do this problem again for CLR, and I'll show you some good result, some useful result over here. Okay, so here this is your s dash derive dot s and followed by dollar, and then I'll add the s production dot ab followed by dollar. After s nothing is there. S derive dot bb ba followed by dollar. After a nothing is there. Now I will add here a derive dot a, and here a is followed by a terminal, so I will add that terminal over here, and b derive a dot a because of this b, and after that there is a terminal, and that is b. So this is my state, and I'll call it as I0. And let's start constructing new state here. The go to operation s, so this will become s dash derive s dot, and on dollar, on input capital A, this will become s derive capital A dot small a ab followed by dollar. For this state I will name it as I2, this was I1. On input B, we'll have s derive b dot bba followed by dollar, and this I call it as I3. On input A, now this was the problematic state, a derive a dot followed by a, and b derive a dot, but in this case followed by b. So this is your state I4. Let's proceed further here. Let's on input small a, this will become s derive a dot ab followed by dollar, and a derive dot a, and in this case the follow symbol here will be, because I'm adding this production and after that there is a terminal, I will write that terminal over here. So the state is your I5. Okay, here we'll proceed here. On input to small b, this will be s derive b small b dot ba and followed by dollar, and dot is in front of b, so b derive dot a, and it is followed by a terminal, so I'll write that terminal over here. Okay, so now new states are added, that is 4, this is 5, this is your 6. Now here on input capital A, this will become s derive a dot b and followed by dollar. Space, just few issues with it, but okay. And we'll call it as I7. And on input small a, again no superset, a derive a dot followed by b, and I call this state as I8. Okay, now this one will grow on input capital B, it will become s derive b dot a followed by dollar, and I call this state as I9. and on input A this will become B derive A dot followed by A, and that is the right end state. Okay, the last one is here on input B, and it will become S derive A B dot followed by dollar. Call it as the next state I11, and here one more time S derive B B, okay, B okay, B A followed by dollar dot at the end, and that is the last state, that is your I12. So now we will go and construct this. This is the entire collection. Took some time, but we are done. Okay, and now we will fill this table. So let's start filling this table over here, and with appropriate entries. I0, okay, this is my I0 state. Okay, I0 on input S going to the state I1 as usual. On input capital A, I2. On input B, I3. On input small a, I4. I1 is a special state. On dollar it will accept. I2 on input small a, I5. I2 on input small a, I5. I2 there is no other state, other transition. I3 on input B, I6. Okay, I3 on input B, I6. I4 is a special state, I'll come back. I5 on input capital A, I7. I5, I6. Okay, I4 I'll come back. I5 on input capital A, I7. I5 on input capital A, I7. On input small a, I8. On input small a, I5, I8. I6 is a state. This state is your I5, I7, I6. This I6 on B. I6 on capital B is going to I9. I6 on input capital B is going to state I9. On input small a, I10. I6 on input small a, I10. I7 on input B going to the state I11. I7 on input B going to the state I11. That's all. I8 is a special state. I'll come back here. I8. I9 on input what is this? A. Okay, not written A. I9 on input A. I9 on input A going to the state I12. Okay, so we are done with the, I think, shift. I10 is a reduce entry, I11 is a reduce entry, I12 is a reduce entry. Fine. So now the most important entry here in this case is the I4 state, this one, and that causes problem, and that conflict was RR conflict. Okay, so now here what will happen? AD numbering. So this is 0. Okay, wrong. So this is 0. This is 1. This is 2, this is 3, this is 4. So I4 consists of 3 and 4. So now here I4 state A derive A dot, that is R3, will go in which column? In this, what is the follow set? A. So here R3 will go in A column, and B derive B dot, which is R4, will go into B column. So that is your R4. So now previously this state was having both R3 and R4 in a single cell. Here they are reducing on different symbols, and R3 is for A, R4 is for B, and now we can conclude that it is not causing any reduce conflict. So here in there is a no RR conflict for CLR. Okay, so there is no RR conflict for CLR. Then we are done with 5, we are done with 6, we are done with 7, we are done 8. I8, look at I8. I8 is a reduction, R3 in B column. I8 is a reduction, R3 in B column, R3. I10 is a reduction, R4 in A column, R4 in A column. Then I11 is a reduction by 1, and that is in dollar column. That is in the dollar column, reduction by 1, R1. And I12 is a reduction by R2 in dollar column. Okay, as you can see here, no multiple entry, and because there is no multiple entry, we can conclude that this grammar is what is in CLR, but it was not in SLR. So not SLR, but again I can comment here that but CLR or LR. So that's all for this discussion of this particular question. Thank you.